I know you guys have seen this console many enough times on this channel already, but how about we take a look at a slightly different Nintendo handheld? Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, if you couldn't tell by the title and the little intro thing that I did, today we're going to be doing a review on the new Nintendo 2DS XL. Now, this is the most recent model of the 3DS lineup. So this, of course, has the upgraded features with the quad-core processor, the LR and ZR, and of course, it is a much newer design, and it's the most recent one, which came out back in 2017. So, you guys have seen the new Nintendo 3DS and a lot on this channel, so I'll be doing a comparison between these two systems. So, I thought it would be cool to do a full-on review on this one, and of course, huge shout out to SM Studios for providing me with the product just to take a look at for the next two videos. So, let's open it up and see what we're working with here. So, of course, when you power it on, you'll get something a little bit like this, and the design of it, I actually really like. So, on the front, if we just come back, it's all matte, and it does look very, like, fingerprinty, and, it's not very scratch resistant, as I can see here. On the back, you have, dual cameras. Now, this is used for AR games, even though, and these cameras aren't very good, but they can be useful for AR games. On this side of the console here, we've got your the port for the AC adapter, as well as I think that's the IR blaster. Not entirely sure about that. I think it is. If we flip it around here, you'll be able to see L and ZL, and you can also see R and ZR if I get the camera to come in focus. Hello. Okay, regardless, you see those buttons. On the front, it's that same black plastic, except it's got like this texture on the back, and it's outlined in this glossy turquoise color, which yeah, Nintendo calls this color. This is the black and turquoise version, but you can also get this in a couple of other special editions. And if you want a design very much like this, you can get it in white and orange. On the front here, you've got your lights as you normally would. So you've got the Wi-Fi light, the light to show you whether or not it's plugged in or not, and you've got the power button in that matching turquoise plastic. You've got your stylus right next to the headphone jack, which a lot of people have made fun of the size of this. Personally, I don't actually mind it that much. I do slightly prefer the stylus on the new Nintendo 3DS, but honestly, you're not really buying the console for the stylus. You're buying the console for the console. So, yeah. Let me just slide that back in. And of course, I already said next to it, you've got your 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can game with headphones. And over here, this port is really hard for me to remove. Oh, okay, never mind. We've got a little flap covering the game card slot, and what's actually, I think, is an improvement is if we just zoom in onto the camera here, you can actually see the micro SD card slot is visible and accessible right here compared to being underneath the back panel of the 3DS systems. On this side, you've got your volume rocker, so it's got this, it's in that same matching turquoise color, and it's got this little texture on the thing, and you can slide it up and down. And of course, you do have a camera on the hinge, but that's only really usable when you open it up, where it's right in the middle. And of course, next to it, you do have a microphone and your notification light. So, of course, on the inside, you get your standard 3DS controls. So that will include your circle pad, which is this thing here. You've got your directional D-pad. You've got your X, Y, A, and B buttons all there. Oh, I accidentally opened something. I'm not sure what I just opened. And you've also got your C-stick, which is used for navigation. Also, if you want to go back home, you just press the home button on the left side. And yeah. So that's pretty much the aesthetics of the console itself. Now, in terms of anything special, this honestly, this isn't really all that special from any other new Nintendo system. So, of course, it is the latest model, and it'll probably be the most supported going forward. And 3DSs are on their way out, but this is the most recent of the new Nintendo 3DS systems. And you've got, alongside this, you've got the new Nintendo 3DS XL and the new Nintendo 3DS, which unfortunately is discontinued as of recording this video. So, in terms of everything else, so speaker quality on this is actually pretty decent if I turn up the volume here. So as you can hear, it actually sounds pretty decent. So it won't blow anyone away, but for on-the-go gaming, it actually sounds decent, and it actually sounds a lot better than the new Nintendo 3DS that I currently own. So that's cool. And the comfort on this thing, it's pretty much, it's perfect. It's almost the right size. If I had to say one thing about it, it was that these corners are, or these edges are actually quite sharp, and I would have liked to see that a little bit, like, curved off a little bit. But I can see why they made it sharp, because when you close it, there's actually not really a lot of room for dust to get in, so that's good, so I guess. But yeah, in terms of comfort, these are awesome, especially with the way the L and R are shaped. It just makes it really comfortable to use for extended gaming sessions. So in terms of gaming performance, this won't be any different from the original 3DS or the original new Nintendo 3DS, much less battery life. So that's pretty much it for the new Nintendo 2DS review. Now, I guess the bottom line is, would I recommend this system now when the new Nintendo Switch and new Nintendo, or the Nintendo Switch and the recently released Nintendo Switch Lite are out? Yeah, I would actually recommend this system. There's tons of games on it, dating all the way back to NES games, I think. So this does have a virtual console on it, like every other 3DS system in existence. So you can play, you've got the 3DS games, you've got the DS, so you've got the 3DS library, which is quite big, you've got the DS library, which is very big, and you've got all the retro games at your fingertips via the Nintendo eShop. There's a lot to like with these 3DS systems. Even though they may be on their way out, you can still pick them up for cheap, even if you get them refurbished. And trust me, it's a very good deal. It's a very good deal for your money, I think. If you're looking for a portable gaming system, this should be one, or this should be something that you should consider picking up. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button or subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to be catching you guys in the next video. Goodbye.